Welcome to Crescent Times, the home of diaspora stories on culture, identity, motherhood, and womanhood. We are a group of soul sisters in England, Switzerland, and Germany. Our souls first met in Kenya, where incidentally, all of us were born. We invite you to join us in sharing stories and finding new paths to thrive in our spaces in the diaspora. Thank you for staying with us until the very end. Subscribe for our upcoming episodes to tell us what you'd like us to talk about on crescenttimes.info@gmail.com or hit us up on Instagram at Crescent Times.
The speaking as somebody in Africa, when yoga has been in the West. I think they Iyengar must have been, I think, the first one who took it. Yeah, even maybe the 50s. Like I think he went over into the US, but we'll fact check. Back in the even maybe 1950. It is. Let me get. I think I want to say Iyengar or Iyengar.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he's one of the first teachers of yoga who took it
Right.
To the US.
The name sounds familiar.
Yes, BKS Iyengar, right? He's one of the founders of the style of yoga that most people practice today.
Yeah. Yes.
In the Western sense of, in the Western understanding of yoga, the asana practice.
Okay.
And it's been in the West much longer than say in Kenya. Even though I'll speak for Kenya as opposed to the whole of the continent, even though we have a vibrant Indian community, it wasn't introduced to us fully as such, as a practice that we can take up in our everyday life for well-being. And so people still struggle with what's this concept. So I find like a lot of people ask me, is this some sort of Hindu religion thing? Like, is it a cult? Get me into another cult?
Yes.
Or alternatively, then they see blonde, very slim young women and they think, oh, okay, fine, that's for these kind of acrobatic type of Western people. My body, I'm not going to be this long pole. I've got curves in all the right places. So I don't know, maybe I will be able to do this. And some of our amazing teachers in Kenya, like in our studio, our Kenyan teachers are built in all the most fabulous shapes of ours, and yet they've still got that strength, balance, and flexibility that that comes from yoga. So
yeah,
there's so much that people can get out of it, depending on how much of it they want to get out of it. You can as you want, and it's accessible for everybody. Yeah. So those are kind of the catch-22s. It's good that social media is pushing in this idea or this modality of wellness out there, but then it's also kind of pushing it out there with a very certain image or a very certain understanding of it.
Yes, because even when you look at our feeds, I agree with everything you're saying. Even when you look at our my social media feed, I am yet to come across a woman of color advertising yoga. It's always Caucasian women.
Exactly.
From the blondes to the dark haired, from the skinny to the voluptuous, but still you don't see a lot. You have to literally look for women of color, like on YouTube. I had to literally go, what did I Google? What did I search on YouTube? It's like curvy women doing yoga. And it came up with this African-American lady. She is probably like a UK size 18, 20, like proper,
Oh, I think I know her. And she can do all the poses.
She can do all these amazing poses. And the thing that you're saying, Sherry, that yoga will not necessarily give you that skinny look, because this is a person who clearly practices it very well and very, she has a channel. And she's healthy. That's what matters for her. She's healthy. She's changed a little bit, but generally it's not about like removing, like not loving the body that I am in. It's really about embracing the body that I'm in and making it strong and healthy. And because yoga definitely, when I fall off the yoga, I feel a certain level of like lethargy, for lack of a better word,
Imbalance? Could you say imbalance?
Yeah, even my sleep patterns are better when I am consistent with my practice. Sometimes you're having a really bad day and I just go, I think I need to go spend 15 minutes on the mat.
Okay,
And
but
then there.
let me ask you, Manu, because now you're talking about the physical one, which is Sherry is calling the asana.
Asana.
Right? So do you spend time doing the other kind of yogas? Like
Oh,
what I was asking Sherry about, because right now on social media and everywhere, we just see the physical side of yoga. And over the
yeah.
last, with this pregnancy of mine, I haven't really been able to get back in the physical side of it as much,
Right.
because you started, then the boy is climbing on your back, someone is tugging on you.
Yeah.
But what I have found is that I am trying to find a stillness, and when with Sherry, we were talking about the idea of using this pandemic time to really deepen our connections, to really be still, to be mindful, to be present, and all these kind of things, and trying to get
Mm.
clearing, the mind, clearing the kawarus, the two warus,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
chakra,
So
chakra.
I'm not familiar with the other um uh types of yoga. Are they types of yoga or
Yeah.
A tree, their limbs.
yeah, I think you're the one who shared that image with me, Lissy, of like there's different branches of yoga. And
Right.
most of us only know of the asana, and it's because of how it has been so popularized in the States and then of course in Europe. And again, I can't meditate. I'm not so good at
Look,
sitting.
I'm going to share with you this screen. I was showing Sherry this. Are
Hello.
you single and searching?
Lizzie dedicated a song to me.
Oh, did she? I love it. Yes. Oh, the limbs of yoga.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's good that you've shared the screen, so then we don't have to go into each one all together. I would say, um,
Yeah.
I suppose people can go into it as they need, because you might find there's another practice or there's something else in your life that might cater to the same things that these other seven limbs would cater to. Does that make sense? So for me, my Christianity helps me with things like the first one is called yama, I would say, right?
This one.
Yamas, yeah. It's a, this external display.
Strength.
Yes. So this external display is like how to live life well with the people around you, with your community, with your environment as well. And one of them is ahimsa. I think there's five yamas underneath that branch. And
Right.
ahimsa you might hear quite common because it's non-violence. It's just moving and living your life in non-violence, right? And that in any cut across any religion or any doctrine, it's a good thing to
Yes.
live by. So you might find that something is in your life already that helps cater to these other things. But
Mm.
I think also we should say actually yoga as we understand it or as we've been taught or introduced to it also includes another one, the pranayama, which is the breath work.
Yes.
So you're always
Yes.
being taught inhale as you reach up, or and exhale as you get out of a pose and stuff. So
Yes.
pranayama is already something part of the asana because it helps you move into the asana. And yet, I'll also name drop again Wim Hof. Have you ever heard of Wim Hof breath work? And
Yeah.
that is such a amazing breathing technique that again can also help cover everything. Like it helps with your mind, balancing in your mind, balancing in your body. And like this guy, Wim Hof, has been tested by scientists, and they have seen him physiologically changing his body chemistry and all this just by controlling his breath. So
What's it called?
Wim Hof.
Wim Hof. Never heard of him.
Oh, he's.
Yes.
I should show you. Shall I just show you? He's a
Good, yeah.
Dutch journalist.
Dutch.
This is the guy.
He's
Wait a minute. Is this the
so
guy
amazing.
who can hold his breath underwater for the longest? No, it's not him. It's him?
He is.
It's
him.
like something like he's been underwater. Oh,
In freeze. No,
I don't know
actually,
how many minutes.
he can regulate his body temperature in sub-zero temperatures, something like that.
You see him here.
So it's part of this
I
breath
have been told
technique that he does that helps him, that has helped him achieve these things. And it's in there's scientific evidence that these things work.
Yeah.
When you are able to bring that unity of balance between your mind, your body, and your spirit, there's like it's so good that there's now science that backs it up. So
That
now
backs it up, yes.
explain to someone, guys, I'm not trying to get you in a cult. It's actually even scientifically good for you to do some of these things.
Yeah.
Even meditation, now science shows that this brain activity that is good for you when you engage in meditation. And as a Christian, meditation is one of those things like, no, I'm not going to empty my head so that the devil can. It's like, no, that's not what meditation is about. And don't be afraid of it.
Yeah.
For that reason, there's good benefits that can come to you from it. Yeah.
Thank you for staying with us until the very end. Subscribe for our upcoming episodes to tell us what you'd like us to talk about on crescenttimes.info@gmail.com or hit us up on Instagram @crescenttimes.